On today's video, I am going to be rating one product. It's a welding helmet I just got from Harbor Freight. It's a Chicago Electric welding helmet, auto darkening. Stay tuned, see what I think about it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to BYT. Today, I'm just going to try to button up some more on the back of the bus. I may see what I have around here for sealant and try to get that hole sealed up in the top. Get the other panel on the side and just get the whole back of the bus buttoned up as much as I can before the rain comes in. So we'll see you in a bit. Alright, everybody. Well, you seen that side yesterday. Now, this is what this side's starting to take shape. I'm going to take some more of that flat stock and I'm going to make my pieces to go along here on this side. Because all my wiring and everything is over here. You know, and I may even put a garage light in. I don't know, you know, maybe one up there shining back here, but you know, plenty of wiring there. Find out what switches turn on what wires, which ones have power with the ignition, what not. You know, because you always put it to power to a switch. If there is a hot wire or not a hot wire back here, to run it directly to a switch to solar batteries or however I'm going to end up doing the power. I can always pick a wire in the harness, find it down there in the harness, and run it directly to a power source, and then put a switch back here to a light. So yeah, when I grind these down here, I was looking at these this morning. When I grind these down, I may have to come back through and put more weld up through here. We'll have to wait and see on that. Because, you know, I'm going to screw this down and I'm going to screw this down. So this will be screwed into place at the top. Whichever one of these is the back side, I'm probably going to cut it on an angle and put a flat plate over it, seam it, just like I did for this internal piece here. But I will put a butt cap on an angle where this piece comes back here, so it'll be an angle and then straight out. Cover the wiring harness. So that's the best route I figured for that so far. Which ain't gonna be too difficult. You know, just put a piece of flat plate on it, weld it up, seal it. So that's where I'm at right now. I got this all clamped into place, the bottom all clamped into place, screwed in at the bottom, screwed in the sides, screwed in the center. And so far, I mean, it rattles a little bit because of this and it's not welded in place. But this will be done the same way the other side is. I will vertical weld all the way down. Vertical weld all the way down. All the way down. You know, this stuff. So, you know, I'll put that back in place. And, get her all seamed up and solid. So I'll see you in a bit. And that I'll figure something out about this. Maybe just put a square patch over it, weld it. You know, small stuff. I got plenty of that stuff over there. I just cut a square piece off, put it over top of it, weld it up. So we'll see you in a bit. Alright, here's where we're at. I got that left. I got this left, this left, this left, and that left. And then this is 100% seamed all the way across the back. But, as luck would have it, empty spool. So, back to go get another spool, because I haven't even started tacking that in place yet. So, y'all were with me when I bought that spool, and I believe, I don't remember where I was at in the process when I ran out the last time, but I know I have gotten a ton done since. So, off to the store, get another spool, and maybe another 10 pack of cutoff wheels. Let's see, I think I got 1 or 2 left. Maybe some flap wheels. That'll help with the sanding of all this, because I still have yet to weld up here yet. I gotta get this seamed in up to here. I think I gotta finish. Yeah, I do have some welds done, but I have to finish all this down. So flap wheels will be good. That way I can sand this down. Finish up in here, finish up in here, and then smooth it all out where there's no sharp edges, like this little guy right here. That right there. I don't know if you can see it in the sun. That's a sticker. So a piece of welding wire poking out. So, oh, don't want to melt the bottom of my shoes. But I'm alternating. I stitch a little, stitch a little, stitch a little, stitch a little, get it all the way to the end. Then I come back to this end, stitch a little, 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 come back and do the same process. So my next passes, which will be that one, was where I ran out of wire. This one, that one, that one, and that one. And it'll be done. I'll sand it down. Sand down a little bit on that diamond plate. Put this plate in. And start to stitch it in place. I'll do a, like I said, I'll do a stitch, and then a stitch, and then a stitch, and a stitch, and I'll do that all the way down. It'll stop the metal from warping up, lifting side to side. So see you in a bit. All right, here's what we ended up with: more bandsaw blades, welding wire. I found a solar light, gallon of farm implement paint, stops rust, and various other few things, flap wheels, some self-etching primer in a spray can, some more rust preventative, rust restorer. So I'm going to give the rust restorer a try on those side panels. See you in a bit. Okay, while I'm waiting for the welder to cool off, that area right there, I got primer for. It's all cleaned. This is all ready for primer. That's all ready for. I am going to prime the metal with weather resistant, right here, weather resistant, heavy duty, rust preventative. That is going to be primed on this side, and the mating surface. And then after I weld it in place, I will clean my welds and then reprime the welds. And this whole floor, once it's all patched in, all the little holes for where the seats and stuff were, is all cleaned up and patched in and filled in. I will be wire wheeling this entire surface as well as that surface out there, and I will be priming this. I'll also be priming the walls, this metal. Now, I'm testing out on this side right now. If you see the difference, it is working. I may have to go over it with another coat here soon, but I am using I'm trying this stuff out right here, Rust Reformer. It says destroys rust on contact by bonding and transforming it into a sandable and paintable surface. So I am working on it over there. There's the before pictures, after pictures, and I bought 2 cans of it, and I'm trying it on that panel first. That panel is now done. I can apply it to that panel as well, but I would like to see how it works on this panel first. And if it works on this panel, well, guess what? I can use it on the outside panel, both sides, and this other inside panel. So I'm checking it out, I'm testing it, and we will see how it turns out. I will let you know what I think of this product. I'm going to say later on. We are looking at a bunch of rain today, so the primer says it takes 24 hours to completely harden. So, and right at 70 degrees, relative humidity around 30%. Longer drying times, of course. And I may not even prime this other side yet. I may just prime the back, prime that section over there, so I can get these 2 in place, weld it up, and then prime this surface under here when I do the entire floor with everything else. So, but because you're never going to see that again once that's welded in place, I want a protective coating on that, and I will be priming the underneath, the frames I made and everything. Those will all be getting coated and painted. Before I run my wiring, I still have to get under there with the welder and finish some welding. That right there is going to be my review for today. And I'm actually overheated the welder twice because of having that and not having to stop and raise my visor every time I need to see where I'm at or if I'm missing. So stay tuned later on, and I'm going to give a 100% review of that visor. Alright, got this all welded, all tacked up, all cleaned up, all done down there. The outside all down to the bottom. That's all welded. I believe I got the bottom. Yeah, I got the bottom. The front needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but that's all welded in place. I even got the top right there, all the way around. All my missed spots here are all cleaned up. I even started spot welding the little holes in the floor, and that's working great. Had my gloves on, just wiped them off. Both of them are just wiped off with my gloves. They started out like that, ended up like that. So there's, another one there. But as I started getting sprinkles, my extension cord plugs in right on the deck, and playing with 220 in the rain, not my cup of tea. So what I'm going to do now is explain. I was able to get all of that done today because of this product right here. The Auto Darkening Welding Helmet with Blue Flame Design. 1 to 25,000 second switching speed. Clear to dark. Auto darkening lens. Solar powered with battery assistance. Automatic power on off with adjustable delay time. Variable shade control. And UV IR protection. This helmet right here, same thing on that side. I tell you right now, I haven't used a welding helmet this good in a long time. My old welding helmet, see where it's at. Oh, it's right there next to it. I've had this helmet, oh boy, probably going on 14 years. And it's great. But because it's not auto darkening, you have to lift the lid all the time, put it back down, lift the lid, put it back down every time you have to start and finish. a weld and find your next spot, you have to lift the lid. With this and the settings, I'm telling you, the settings are easy. I've had to adjust it. Adjustments are on the side. You can do it on the fly. Auto darkening, it was too dark in the beginning. I started adjusting it while I was welding. Brought it down where I could see my line, I could see where I was welding, and I could see where I was going. The other two, inside there, you have your sensitivity and your shade. I got the sensitivity on light. And the delay on light. Okay, I got them both on light. As soon as I start an arc, bam, she is dark. But with the adjustment on the side, I can see my line. I can see where my groove is. I can tell where I'm welding, and it is phenomenal. Price point on this thing, I think was $34. I could be mistaken. I had to look at my receipt. But because of how well this helmet works, I was able to get all that welding completed today. I was actually going to get this done as well, but as you can see, it's starting to rain right now. And the primer that I'm going to put underneath this, on top of this and underneath the diamond plate that's going across it, requires 24 hours to cure. This is working somewhat. I mean, I am getting dark spots here. It's still wet. You can see right there. Still wet. So, hopefully with the rain coming in. And I did get some self-etching primer that once all this is all cleaned up, I'm just going to spray this with a self-etching primer just to protect it so it doesn't start rusting. And the same for here. I'm gonna spray all this and all my welds and stuff with a self-etching primer before I do anything. So I got my primer for the floor, which, I mean, if that primer's good, I will keep using it. See, I'm already getting rained on just standing out on the deck. I got the helmet all because I ran out. This here is my second spool on the bus. The first spool was not full. I've used it on other things, smokers, towable smokers, other various things I've made. I've used the other spool. So this 10-pound spool is the second that has gone into welding this bus. Now these are $75 a pop. They're not cheap, but they are well worth it. As you can see, my welder is not gas. I use flux core, and I have used this welder for probably going on 8 years. No issues with it. Sometimes, yeah, I go through tips. It all depends on what I'm welding, but, you know, it's been great as well. So, out of 5 stars, I give this helmet a 6 because of, you know, it's cool looking. You know, it's got some pretty cool flames, not your typicals, but cool nonetheless, and absolutely 100% efficient. Like I said, it's cut my work time in half. It's phenomenal. So, Chicago Electric, well done. Harbor Freight, selling it, well done. Alright everybody, if you've enjoyed today's content, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. None of you are hardly doing that. So, you know, that little box, type in comments. I don't like you, you talk funny, you talk too slow. I won't know what you guys like and how you guys like my videos until you tell me about it. So I'm going to keep being me, keep doing me, until somebody says otherwise. And I'll probably still keep doing me. But I can at least conversate about me in the comments. So whatever you're doing out there, you be safe. You have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe. We got like a 90% chance of rain and a shit ton of it. If I can get my extension cord inside the back of the bus where there is no water, I may come in here and spot weld the floor, all the holes that I don't need. So we'll just wait and see on that. So until then, we'll see you.